Welcome to another episode of the Orange Nerd Show. Today, I am joined by Mr. Tonez, Poppy of Bad Thoughts Studio and Bad Thoughts Podcast. Today, we are reacting to KATSEYE, their new song, Gnarly. It is pretty gnarly. We're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down on this episode of the Orange Nerd Show. Let's go. Welcome aboard, everybody, to another episode of OG55. It's been a little while since we've done these music video reactions, so I thought it'd be kind of fun to have Tonez Poppy back in the house and react to this one. This is a very, very interesting, very weird song. We're going to talk about it, break it down. But before we do, Tonez, welcome back, sir. Where can everybody find you on social media?
Always a pleasure being here, OG, and I love being on this particular segment. I love listening to music, so I'm excited for this one. Well, kind of after the weird gnarly part you said earlier, but yeah, you guys can find me on social media, Tonez_TV, TikTok and Instagram. You guys can also find me on Bad Thoughts Studio and Bad Thoughts Podcast on YouTube. I do a bunch of movie reviews, TV show reviews, TV reactions, stuff like that. So you guys will have fun over there.
Absolutely. Okay, let's dive right in. We got KATSEYE, Gnarly. This is actually a mixed. This is K-pop technically, but it's a mixed race group, KATSEYE, and they do some really interesting music. But this song in particular has it's made a lot of waves. Tonez. This is a crazy song. So you know how we do it here. I'm going to play it, and we'll stop along the way, talk about it, break it down. Here we go.
Wait, hold on one second. Before I do want to say that I am not a person who listens to a lot of K-pop, so this is going to be very new to me. I've listened to K-pop previously on the shows, and I've heard some stuff that OG has sent me, but this is going to be new for me, and I'm kind of excited just because you said it is a different kind of song. So I just want to say that before we do get started. For those,
yeah, no, absolutely. Let's rock and roll. Here we go.
They could describe everything with one single word. You know? Like Bugatti, Tesla, fried chicken, party in the Hollywood Hills. This song, oh my God, that new beat. God, is this real? Oh, we're in a section tonight, gang gang. Oh, we're going out tonight, gang gang. Oh my God, this song's
I like that gang gang though. That's tough, man. That's what are your thoughts so far, bro?
I'm going. I don't want to be too
critical.
Yes, but I was the opposite on that part with the gang gang part.
Oh shit!
I'm on the other side of the thing on here because I just didn't fit. It didn't fit, in my opinion.
This song kind of goes in weird directions, but that part right there was kind of like, oh man, okay.
Yeah, the fried chicken came out of nowhere, by the way.
you went from Tesla to fried chicken, right?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting all that.
Let's watch that again because that was kind of wild, bro.
One single word, you know, like Bugatti, Tesla, fried chicken, party in the Hollywood Hills. This song, oh my God, that new beat. God, is this real? Oh, we're in a section tonight, gang gang. Oh, we're going out tonight, gang gang. Oh my God, this song's so lit. Congratulations. Now you be like, gang, 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 gang.
That's why when you said like you weren't feeling the gang gang part, I was like, oh shit, man, we got like.
I don't understand why they're using it. It's not. They're not. It wasn't part of like the rhyming line. I don't know. Replay that when we're not the whole thing, just like when she says gang gang part.
Yeah, I got you, bro. Here we go.
Is this real? Oh, we're in a section tonight, gang gang. Oh, we're going out tonight, gang gang. Oh my God, this song's so lit. Congratulations. Now you be like, gang, 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 gang. Hottie, like a bag of talkies. I'm the shit. They be trying to copy. I'm the shit.
You got to give it to him though. Like this is a very unusual presentation with the like Avi, like the choreography and
Do
the
that again,
music,
OG?
the Avi and all that, right? Very unique
I
kind
can
of.
agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's different, right? It kind of goes all over the place. Like
And
you don't really know.
I'm not gonna lie, the beat's fucking dope. I like the beat. I could see like, especially in a genre of like what is that, house music? I forgot what it's called, but it's like that, that hard beat, you know what I'm saying? Where
Yeah.
it has a very catchy gnarly, like there's only certain things you could say using the word gnarly for it to even sound good. It's just a terrible fucking word.
It is.
So disgusting too, but they're making the gnarly part work, which is a good thing because it's the name of the song. But I just not seeing some of these lyrics. Like, I mean, like I said, for those who've watched previous videos, I like lyrics and beats and how they're put together. That's my kind of. But this, I'm just not understand. I gotta really pay attention to the lyrics because I feel like I'm missing something other than gnarly. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, I feel
And
you.
gang.
In gang. Yeah. Well, it's like because you're a big like J. Cole fan. And you're into lyrics and like kind of like diving into, like you were saying, like the storytelling element of these songs. So this is kind of weird because it's like Tesla, fried chicken, gang. It's not, there's no through line here.
And they're killing the choreography, by the way. They're absolutely destroying the choreography. They're dancing very well. I'm trying to look at all aspects of the song. The only thing I'm just kind of missing is the lyrics.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that. It's a very like out of nowhere kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then it kind of has like, I don't know if you, and actually shout out to Briss Life. He's an awesome content creator. Actually, he's right here. If you can see him right here, Briss Life. He's really dope. I like his stuff. But like he was saying actually, like in his reaction, how like if you listen to like the beats, like do you remember like the 90s version of like Mortal Kombat?
Oh yeah,
movie?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like dun 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 Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
This song kind of has like that kind of thing going on with with the beat, right? You can kind of hear the background a little bit.
Absolutely. Yep.
You know, so I was like, okay, that's interesting. I mean, it's definitely there.
I'm making beats for a boring dumb bitch, fucking gnarly.
Gnarly.
Don't talk to me. You're gnarly. I'm not. Jealous of my mention? Yeah, the view is fucking gnarly.
Wild.
Hottie, like a bag of talkies. I'm the shit. I'm the shit. Avi, they be trying to copy. I'm the shit. I'm the shit. I'm the shit.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's almost like one of those songs where like, I think like if they were to do like a concert or something, like this is what you lead with to get people kind of like just hyped. It kind of has like that like let's go kind of vibe, you know?
It does. I'll explain everything after the video.
Okay, let's rock and roll. All right, there we go, Tones. So, what say you, sir?
Okay,
everything's fucking gnarly.
I feel like there is a bunch of, I guess, mixed ethnicities in this group.
Yeah.
But I feel like they've just picked out random words before they even heard the song and we're like, all right, let's put this in there. Like, let's just throw these words in here. And I just felt like it didn't. The words were so confused. OG, I've never been so more confused in my life when it comes to these lyrics. Fried chicken, fucking gang was like the first like 20 words of the lyrics. I could see why people I guess, like this song because it is catchy. The gnarly, and then the beat is not bad. I'm just the lyrics just confuse me. There's nothing else I can really say about this song. I mean, choreography, like I said, it was good. The beat's catchy. It just, man, I really wanted to like this too, but I'm a lyric guy. What can I say?
Yeah, no, I see that. Like, if you're a lyric person, and like this is one of those things where there really is, because it's weird too, because right, like for a lot of the song, I kind of feel like gnarly is a good thing. Like you're gnarly, but then at the end of the song, she was like, "You're gnarly," or "I'm not fucking gnarly, you're gnarly." Like it was almost like they were using it as an insult.
Yeah.
So I was like, right?
I mean,
like,
I could see if they were doing that. Real quick, by the way, it says, "Oh my god, that new beat, fucking gnarly."
Right.
Like, I could see why they could switch it up throughout the song. Like, okay, you can use gnarly in a good way, you can use gnarly in a bad way, or a negative way. There's other ways you can use the word gnarly. So I like the way they were going with that.
Yeah.
But the thing, I am more confused because of what else they put in the song besides the word gnarly, which I guess is a good thing in a way.
Yeah, it's one of those songs where I feel like it's so different and so kind of out there with stuff. Like out the gate, boba tea, gnarly. Tesla, gnarly. Fried chicken, like there's no like real similarities between any of this stuff. It's just kind of like this random, like, kind of like list of things that are gnarly. Yeah. So out the gate is kind of confusing. I wonder if that was kind of like what they were going for, where it's like, we're going to make a really weird song and we're just going to like kind of not make sense. And then maybe people will kind of talk about it.
Like, these are the guys these are the girls who made the gnarly song. They wanted I get what you're saying. They throw words in there, especially in the beginning, where they're like, okay, you have to listen to this, like catch the attention of people. And then they throw like, oh, these are the girls who made gnarly. This is and then they, eventually get their group or more songs out, I should say. And they'll be known for a song like gnarly.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, in your opinion, because you don't listen really to K-pop too much, but you have heard quite a few on, like, we've done a lot of collabos here on the channel and stuff. Does this sound like K-pop to you, or is it kind of out the?
I was just about to say, not really. This sounds like a pop song. I mean, there's a K-pop tone to it, but I would consider this more pop than K-pop because they used more. I mean, when I think of K-pop, and I could be wrong, correct me in the comments. When I think of K-pop, I think of a mixture of they either do just Korean, speak Korean, or they do a mixture of Korean and English.
That's
in
correct.
This song, I didn't hear no Korean words being used, and it was just all English. So I think it was more of like a pop song to me rather than a K-pop song.
Yeah, and it's interesting with a lot of these K-pop groups is that they are. The Western audience is huge now for them, so I think they're trying to branch out into like more westernized markets because they know that's where, I mean, it's crazy big out here in America, obviously, and stuff like that. So they're kind of doing that whole thing where it's like the lyrics now, a lot of English. I think Blackpink announced that their new album coming out in a few months will be completely English, like no Korean, which is crazy, We'll listen to one more from the same group. Now, this is what gets really crazy, Tones, because when you watch Gnarly, you're like, these girls are crazy. Like, wow, that's wild. But when you watch this song, this feels like a typical K-pop sort of thing. So I'm very curious your thoughts on this one. Here we go. This is KATSEYE Touch.
Monday, I was dreaming about the Tuesday, I was waiting at the phone. 2 days wasn't hearing from ya. Yeah, what can I say? Oh, baby, I was getting bored. Thursday, I was losing interest. Friday, you were up there in the cold. Weekend, you already missed it. I was moving on, cause you were moving too slow. Cause sometimes I'm alone, stare out my window, the moon makes you seem close tonight. But you've been so out of touch.
All right, pause it. The first two people, I want to say maybe three people who sang, there was not one rhyming lyric they had, by the way. The last girl who was crying, yeah, she was like by the mirror or whatever in the blue shirt.
Yeah.
She was like crying. She rhymed all three bars, like all three lyrics she had rhymed. That's where it confuses me on what it's almost like they're talking to us rather than singing to us or I guess trying to portray a story in music, which most of the time should be rhyming.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. I didn't notice that. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna go back. I want to see that because I didn't pick up on that. That's interesting.
Monday, I was dreaming about you. Tuesday, I was waiting at the phone. 2 days wasn't hearing from you. Yeah, what can I say? Oh, baby, I was getting bored. Thursday, I was losing interest. Friday, you were up there in the cold. Weekend, you already missed it. I was moving on, cause you were moving too slow. Sometimes I'm alone, stare out my window, and the moon makes you seem close tonight.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying there. That's interesting.
When I hear lyrics like that, I feel like someone's just talking to me instead of trying to tell me a story within a rhyming kind of lyric. And I'm personally, I love when someone's telling me a story but rhyming and making everything sound, how can I say this? Everything makes sense when they're doing it. I love music like that. But right here, it just feels like they're just talking to me. Like we don't have to, while we're conversing with each other, OG, I don't have to rhyme to you every time.
Right.
I feel like that's a must in music because that's what music is. At least that's what we've all been, music's been portrayed over the last, years. So I don't know. I just felt weird on that part.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I didn't even notice that, but it was a good observation because it was like the first two girls, the girl in the boots and the first girl with the phone or whatever, it was like they were just kind of like saying stuff, right? Mm-hmm. But the third girl, like she started to kind of rhyme it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the way she said with the teardrop, right? That she said, so it's kind of a weird, like the first two didn't rhyme, but the third one did. It was like, well, why didn't the first two rhyme or like, right?
And there's a thing in music where you say a lyric and then you say another lyric and those two don't rhyme, but the third lyric that comes in, that rhymes with the first lyric. Do you know what I'm saying? Right. Or the first line rather.
Right.
So that happened in the first girl, but then when she said the fourth bar, it didn't rhyme with the second bar. You know what I'm saying? So the first and third match, but the 2 and 4 didn't. So that's what a lot of rappers and lyricists do is they'll make the first one and second one not rhyme, but then they'll match the first line with the third and then second to fourth, if that makes sense. That's what a lot of people do, but I didn't see that in here. All I saw was the first and third match, but not the second and fourth.
Yeah, no, good observation.
But you've been so out of touch. That about you way too much.
And like this whole part, like the chorus, like you can't get more K-pop than this. This is like,
not at all.
Like to a freaking T, right?
You've been so out of touch. You couldn't have me love, but you've been so out of touch. That about you way too much. Yeah, you wanna mess it up. Cause you've been so out of touch. You couldn't have me love, but you've been so out of touch. First you're gonna say you're sorry. Promise you won't do it anymore. Come up with a different story. Yeah, what can I say? Say something I ain't heard before. I'm too fun to waste my time. Too young to waste one night. So here comes some good advice. If I ever call again, don't press it. Cause sometimes I'm alone. Stare out my window and the moon makes you seem close tonight. But you've been so out of touch. That about you way too much. Over out of thinking us. Cause you've been so out of touch. You couldn't have me love, but you've been so out of touch. That about you way way too much. Yeah, you wanna mess it up. Cause you've been so out of touch. You could've had my.
Now, out of the two songs, very different sounds for both, you know, very, very different. Which one are you feeling between the two, or neither? I mean, do you kind of like not, are you not feeling both, or like what, if you had to choose between this one and the other one?
See, I liked, don't get me wrong, I don't hate these songs. I'm too picky when it comes to music. So I nitpick, and I could be, you know, overreacting, but there's certain things that I look for in music. But as far as these two songs, I really don't mind them both. They're both catchy. I'm not going to say I hate these songs, but they both have that. This one is that touch where it's very catchy. The same with Gnarly when they were doing Gnarly. I don't mind these songs at all. Don't get me wrong, but you know, like I said, there's just a couple things that I nitpick when it comes to music. So
yeah,
I like them. I don't think they're bad whatsoever. They're just things that I don't like.
Like these are kind of things that were like if you were like at a bar or something, they were playing it, you're like, okay, it's kind of cool.
No, yeah, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Like if I went to a concert and I actually loved these people, I would dance to it for sure.
Yeah,
like this is just me like analyzing shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's why I love having you on, Tones, because you dig deep, right? Like, because you look deeper into the lyrics, into the bars than most people, which is cool. Absolutely. You know, we actually got to do that. You showed man, it was like about a month ago, we were watching a J. Cole song with the guy from was it BTS? The dude from BTS. You told me your dad liked the song.
Oh yes. It was called 6th Street. Hold on, it's literally on my Spotify. It is called On the Street by J Hope and J. Cole.
Yeah, I want to react to that one.
Well,
I want to react to because that one, we got to do a show on that one, because I know you're a big J. Cole fan, and J. Cole he comes through, like he is really, really good with this stuff, but that I think would be something really fascinating to kind of like dive into and like break down, you know, because that song was really, really good.
Absolutely.
All right, so this is KATSEYE. They are very, very a very unique K-pop group. I mean, you know, like this song, probably about a year or two, maybe. I don't think they're very, very they haven't been around for very long. This was like I think their first album, which is like, yes, this wasn't even a year ago, 9 months.
77 million viewers or followers.
Yes, 77 million, bro.
This is their YouTube channel.
This is their record label, Hybe.
Okay.
Yeah, so 77 million subscribers, and this particular video got 109 million views.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't want to say I hate sound like I'm hating, but it's like I specified before, it's not something I usually listen to, so I hope you guys take everything with a grain of salt. I'm not trying to hate on the things. I just like to analyze certain shit and certain lyrics, and I'm a lyric person, so when it comes to having off bars, I'm just not a fan of. I'm sorry, but the song, I could see why people like it. It is catchy, especially if you love to dance, you love K-pop music. I could definitely see that. The Touch song sounded more K-pop than Gnarly did.
Yeah.
But it still didn't have much of the, I guess, the Korean lyrics in there that usually goes with K-pop music, you know?
Yeah. No, 100%. 100%. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, catchy stuff. If you're into like you know, the lyrical storytelling and what have you, this ain't it for sure. You know, if you just want to have a cool little fun little bop when you're at the club, or if you're at like some bar or something, or like you're in your car, these girls are good at that. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Yeah, this music is good for that. But interesting stuff. But any final thoughts, Tones, before we get out of here?
No, everyone just put some songs in the comments. You guys now know what kind of music I like. So if you guys think there's a K-pop song out there that I would enjoy when it comes to lyrics and, you know, the mesh of everything, put them in the comments. We would love to react to it. I think it'd be a lot of fun to do. I do like to expand my music, so I think this would be fun if we did that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Comment down below any suggestions for music videos. We haven't done, man, the last one we did, I think, was Pivot with Armani White, which I love that dude. He actually, dude, crazy off topic. I don't know if I told you, like the other day, he posted a story, right? And he had like this, like kind of like this burlap, like sack on his head, and he put his glasses over it. And the story was basically like, I look like that dude from Nightmare Before Christmas. And I responded, I'm like, Oogie Boogie, you know? And, and I'm like, okay, cool, right? And then like a day later, bro, he responded. He DM'd me. And he was like, oh, yeah, man, that dude is gross. I'm like, what? This guy actually responded. I'm like, that's pretty cool, man. I mean, it's not like, you know, yeah, I was like, that's pretty cool, man. I was like, because you have people that are kind of in this industry who are kind of, you know, I mean, he's not huge. He's not like a Kendrick or whatever. I get that. But he's big, right? I don't know. I like when people like they're big and they still kind of like interact with their fans.
Bro, I mean, I agree with you on that. But let me tell you, a lot of these like I even want to mention like their following, but people who don't have a lot of following that I've reached out to that have egoed me is insane, OG.
What the
is insane, bro. And I have more followers than some of them that have not responded, because I like to do collabs, especially with people who do similar content as me. I would love to do it, but I reach out to a lot of people and asking to do a collab and whatnot. But man, I get egoed, so I get read, you know, on red, and I'm like, okay, buddy. I know would suffice, but all right, whatever.
See, that's what I hate to see, bro. And that's why when I see someone like Armani White reaching out and like messing with me, like, oh man, that dude is gross. LOL. I'm like, oh, that's cool, man. You know, you don't have to do that. You know, exactly. You're a big name in this record label. You got everything going. Like, you don't have to respond to me. But he did, and I was like, that's freaking dope. That's cool. And that made me like respect him even more, and it makes me even like his music even more. It's like now I really want to like support him because I'm like, okay, he's a down to earth kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? So,
and he's a good artist, music artist.
He's a great artist, absolutely great artist. So yeah, crazy stuff, Tones. But I want to thank you, brother, for coming on. We will definitely do more of these. Everyone in the comments, any music you want to react to, comment down below. Any kind of like really smart lyrical stuff would be really cool for us to kind of dive into. 100%. But Tones, where can everybody find you on social media, sir?
Yeah, go to Tones_TV on TikTok and Instagram, or Twitter rather. Go to Bad Thoughts Studio and Bad Thoughts Podcast on YouTube. Check me out. We have a lot of fun over there.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. And everybody home, comment down below. We would love to hear from you. And until the next time, see you.
Thank you for watching OG55. If you aren't already, consider becoming a member today.